Hello guys, today I'm going to change the front left control arm on the Honda CR-V 2000 model B1. So to this car this is a control arm that I bought it from the Rectory. Here's the ball joint sits. That would be connected to the chassis, and this one, that ear, will be connected to the stabilizer bar, which if you have a look at under the car, it's broken. So here's the link, and this is that ear. If you can see that is loose, and I have to replace the whole control arm. And this is the stabilizer bar where it comes to that link. So I'm just jacking up the car. I'm gonna put a couple of stands, and then we have to undo this this bolt, the shockers. It goes all the way up. That bolt needs to be undone. Underneath there is this bracket with 3 screws. I'll take that off so I can take the control arm, and then this bolt needs to be done so I can get it out, plus the ball joint that sits here needs to be undone. Before all that, I'm going to secure the car, and then I'm going to start undoing these bolts. Yes, now I have loosened this with a 19mm socket. This one with a 17mm, the shockers. We just loosen these screws. The next one is the ball joint nuts. We have to get that out before we take the control arm, because the ball joint is obviously sitting here. I have another jack here that I'm gonna help to jack the shockers, the caliper up, so I can release the control arm from the ball joint. Once these 3 is done, then I'm going to go back and open up that bracket with the 3 20mm screws to get the control arm out. Okay, now I've taken this screw out, which is connected control arm to the shockers. I took the nut for the ball joint out with the pin, loosen that one that is connected to the chassis, and there is another point down there that will be the last one. At the front, I have just supported the wheel with a jack. I'm gonna bring it a little bit out, up, use this pin, put this pin here, and give it a couple of nick with a hammer to get the ball joint out of position. Once this comes out, then it will be loose, and we're taking all those screws. Okay guys, I just found out that this control arm is now loose. I took the bracket, that's the bracket that holding it at the back, 3 screws. I just found out that I can't get it out. The reason is the stabilizer bar is small gap up there, so I had to undo 2 M12 screws to get the stabilizer down. Now I can get the control arm, as you can see, out of the way. That's it. It won't come out because the stabilizer is so close to the chassis, and this rubber part will not come out unless you undo the stabilizer bar. Okay, this is a new control arm with that ear that is not broken. This one was broken. I don't know how can that happen, but it's very simple explanation. My son is driving this car and God knows what he does. All right, I'm bringing that in. It's gonna go between the stabilizer arm and past that point. This point goes in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this bolt in to hold it in place from the outside. Okay. I put the control arm in, put that bolt in, just half screwed it in. Now this is easy. You just make sure that the ball joint is in place. You can just easily lift it up by hand, put this screw in, all in place. You just put them in place. Once everything is in place, I'm gonna do this nut, just nip it. Then I'm gonna go for that bracket with 3 screws to connect the control arm to the chassis. Okay, this is the bracket that's holding with the 3 19mm bolts holding the control arm that is sitting between the stabilizer and the chassis. So now I'm gonna undo these, do these 3 screws, and ball joint is in place. This bolt is in place, the holding the shockers, and then we're gonna get into that sway arm, the stabilizer arm that it goes into this to the control arm. Okay, it's maybe better to show it from that angle. So this is the 2 bolts that are holding the control arm up with the bracket. That's the stabilizer. I haven't done the screws yet. I just found out that I couldn't put that link in before I undo the stabilizer bar, so I just undid this 2 12mm screws. The arm comes down, then I'm connecting the link. Link has a nut, and inside that bolt there is I think it's a 7mm or a 8mm Allen. So you're holding Allen hexagon. So you're holding it because if you turn that, the ball joint, the whole bolt can turn around. So you holding it with the Allen key and do the nut. Okay guys, that's obviously a 5mm Allen key. Put it in the center of that bolt and holding it in place, and do the nut in that way, so the bolt doesn't turn when you tightening the nut. And it's a 14mm nut. That's it. All right, now just checking everything. The link is in place, that bracket, the ball joint nut, that connection here, the connection at the back. Everything's ready. Now I'm just gonna put the wheel on and lower the car.
Okay guys, I hope this video helped you. If you liked it and it solved your problem, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.